Hi, everybody. My name is Ricky Silver. I am a spiritual coach, and I'm so excited to have you here. For those of you who don't know, I am a huge believer that our lives are a reflection of what's happening subconsciously. And we don't know what's happening subconsciously, it's the part that's hidden. So, what I wanted to do is, I wanted to start making a video series just a couple minutes once a week to give you little nuggets of wisdoms that come through my clinic, that come through my own personal life, and just basically showing me the art of living. So, as an energy healer, I work with things that we cannot see. I work with the subconscious, I work with collective narratives, I work with transgenerational stories as well. And I also work with nature. And all of these that I'm learning, as I'm deepening in my learning, I'm realizing that there's all systems that are controlling our lives, and 99% of it we don't see. So the 1% of it that we're like, that we do see that is in our conscious, that's what we believe is ourselves. That's what we believe is our control over life. That's what we believe is our choices. And the 99% that we don't see, we're not aware of. And the more you actually look at that other side and seeing what's going on there, the more you're actually aware of how much is controlling our lives, how much is surrounding our lives, and how many patterns are going on around that. So, a huge, 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 huge thing that I want to express is that we are unaware of what's actually happening. And when we do start looking at it and start questioning with curiosity, about our patterns, we'll start zooming out and realize it's not actually our patterns, but there's a bigger story here. Or that remark that I said over there, that's actually connected to so many different generations. Or that's part of my ethics that's connected to my tribe, or that's part of my story that's connected to my race. And we're starting to realize that the more we think of who we are as us, the less we actually are connected to reality. And the more we actually connect ourselves to the invisible stories happening around us, that's when we actually get to see the entire ecosystem happening around. That's when we actually get to see what's really moving forward in our lives. So, thank you for joining me here. I'd like to give these once a week just to give a taste of what's happening here. And if it's interesting to you, then go ahead and you can call and we'll have a discovery call to see what are the invisible stories happening in your life. So, something that has been a huge theme is fear and the way that fear controls us. So fear fear is actually non-existent. If you look at fear, it's just an emotion, it's just an energy, but it's has no, it feels like a brick wall, but it's nothing. It's really nothing. And so, why is fear so powerful? Because fear doesn't want us to go into the life that we are meant to. Fear doesn't want us to be called towards that life that we really feel pulled towards. Fear wants to hold us in our comfort zones. Fear is actually really interesting because if you look at the word comfort zone, you might think that that's an idea of like everything feels comfortable for you, but it actually doesn't. Comfort zones are generally very stagnant. They're actually really depressing. They actually elicit more anxiety often than less anxiety. They actually elicit existential anxiety. Am I making the right choices for myself? I'm not good enough. I don't really know how to move forward. That's all happening in your comfort zone because you're not moving forward. And I don't want to use the word outside our comfort zone. What I like using is your soul's comfort zone. Your soul's comfort zone is actually where truth, learning, growth, expansion happens. That's what feels wonderful for your soul. It's, again, it's not always comfortable for your ego and your identity, but that's actually what your soul is here for. So if you ask yourself, well, how do I know what the life I'm supposed to be doing, not supposed to, but the life that is calling towards me? How do I know what that is? How do I find that vision? So it's really just feeling into what gives you pleasure, what excites you. Okay? That's really, it's so simple. That's also why I stopped using the word dreams, that the dream, your dream life or the dream that you have towards you, because your dream is not part of reality. It's your vision. Where is your vision leading you towards? Your vision is actually something that you can see, even if it's off to the distance, even if you're standing on a mountain and you see the ocean, 100 miles away. That's your vision. That's your scope of vision that you're able to see far off. So think about what your visions are. If you really let yourself expand and see How far can your vision go? What's off in the farthest distance? That is where your soul's growth is asking you to come forward. Okay. And you can either choose to take that step forward to growth, or it will come and find you and you will grow in another way, because the subconscious is meant to be developed. Everything that's here, everything that's in the back of your brain, that's where our subconscious is, everything that we keep hidden from ourselves will either become projected into reality, or we can look there and get curious about this subconscious, the places that we hide from ourselves, start fleshing it out, start expanding it, start unfolding it, and allowing it to bloom into what it's meant to become, which is actually your true life's calling, what you're meant to be going towards. It's what we're most resisting is actually what we're meant to be becoming. And we have to flesh it out in order to take out its density, all of our judgments around it, and allow it to be something that it's meant to be, which is actually something beautiful and cohesive to the rest of your system, to the rest of the systems around you. And that is what I love doing with my clients, of just really looking into the parts of ourselves that we're most afraid, taking a steps towards it, fleshing it out, loving it, allowing it to evolve into something beautiful that scares us because it might feel too big for us, and still taking those steps towards it. So this way we go towards the life that's calling us instead of who we're meant to become happens to us. Because you can either get resilience through running through a burning building, or you can get resilience through climbing a mountain because you chose that hike. Okay. So I hope this makes sense to you. And I hope something clicked in your mind. Perhaps it's a dream, a vision that you have. Perhaps it's an area in your life that you're not letting yourself look towards. And just trusting that inside that swampy, scary, subconscious or unconscious stories of those corners that you don't want to look at, there is something beautiful ready to be bloomed. So have a wonderful week. And I'm looking forward to hearing from you.